Look, there's three possible outcomes that could come out of today's talks. First, they could see a breakthrough that will allow the two sides to finish a negotiated agreement before the March 1st deadline. Secondly, we could see that both sides feel that enough substantive progress is being made that they can delay and allow themselves some additional time before they conclude the agreements. And then finally, we could see that not enough progress has been made today, and instead they decide that they want to raise tariffs on the March 1st. That's still very much a possibility. The most likely scenario today is that they're making enough progress that some additional time might be helpful for a final agreement.
If, in fact, they are making progress, and that's the word we get, I mean, how critical will this expected meeting coming from President Xi be?
Look, this is an important protocol signal. President Trump met with Vice Premier Liu He and Wang Shouwen when they were in Washington, D.C. If President Xi hadn't met with the negotiators from the U.S. side, that would have been a signal, but the fact that he's meeting with them doesn't necessarily mean that significant progress is being made or that there's any announcement of a deal that's going to come.
Jake, isn't it ultimately a question of incentives? A few months back, we had President Trump boasting about how badly China was hurting, how well the U.S. was doing so they could keep pressing. Now you've got a few signs that the U.S. economy is slowing down. Aren't the U.S. negotiators effectively just going to have to take whatever they can get, declare victory and move on? Is there really any point in escalating when they're worried about the domestic U.S. economy?
Well, I think that both sides have strong incentives for finding a conclusion to the agreement, both the U.S. and China. The reality is that if there are not enough structural issues addressed, if forced intellectual property rights or if forced tech transfer or intellectual property rights protection aren't addressed, then that would be a bit concerning from the Section 301 investigation, which started this entire affair. But I think that from the U.S. business community's perspective, what we would like to see is measurable deliverables that address some of the top challenges that U.S. companies face in the market that would then also lead to a specific timeline for drawing down on these tariffs. But verification and ensuring that the Chinese fully implement on their commitments is going to be critical to the U.S. business community.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.